Hi, I'm Jill Clifton of Landscape of Mothers. I wanted to continue our infant series. And when I talk about infancy relative to Landscape of Mothers, I mean both the literal, like I'm a parent caring for an infant child, as well as I've realized that my inner infant needs some care. And in a lot of ways, this whole series is going to speak to both. So whether you're here parenting an infant or you're reparenting your own inner safety and security wounds, you're welcome. These are for you. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this infant stage, and this first video is going to be about the job of the infant. So in infancy, the infant's orientation and what the infant is doing is around learning to receive care, learning to signal that they have needs, right? So mostly through crying, mostly through, sharing, when they're in distress, but also with eye contact, with the connections, with mimicking or listening to adults. And so there is this bid for connection, as well as the bid for like needs resolution, right? And these two things kind of go together because together they create a sense of safety and security, which is what the infant is going for. They need to know that they are safe, that they're protected, and that they're taken care of. And so I want to separate safety and security just a little bit, in that when I say safety, I really mean like an environmental condition. How big is the risk of harm, right? So we have a safety thing. And then there's also security, which is the felt sense that I am safe, right? So my security is more my own felt sense, and the safety itself is, how well the environment has been regulated toward reducing the likelihood of harm. So security, in a lot of ways, is what the infant is after. They're after their sense that things are okay, their sense that they will be taken care of. And in humans, our nervous system is built for this. So in polyvagal theory, we would say that this is our first bid in humans. Our first attempt at feeling safe is through connecting with other humans. So this is what an infant is doing. They're almost all of their orientation is around, knowing that they're safe, knowing that they're cared for, knowing that someone is there and attentive, and knowing that that they can start to learn to trust caregivers. And that doesn't mean they only need one caregiver. It could be lots of people. If they're going to be prenatally, they will be familiar with the people who are most often around mom. And so those may be the most comforting people to begin with, people whose voices they recognize, whose effect on their mom they recognize, right? That, oh, this is, mom always relaxed when these people were around, or whatever. So the baby's job is to develop and utilize and practice with the systems that form connections. And its two bids that I've already mentioned are going to be either through crying and letting you know about distress, and so needing some kind of assistance, and the bids for connection through eye contact, through facial expressions as that comes online, and things like that. So they're going to, all of this is going to form the foundation of the baby learning to trust other people, and ultimately to trust themselves. The nervous system connections will help them learn to regulate themselves. Eventually, this will form the framework of the baby learning how to self-regulate, how to self-soothe. And all this depends on them being taught how to do that by another human. So, like I said, in one of my other videos of infancy is, we pick up the baby and we do the patting and the soothing and the soft voice, and we kind of bounce or whatever. All these ways of soothing, we're teaching a child, or we're beginning to set the platforms for how they will learn how to take care of themselves in the future, how they will learn how to create their own sense of inner security when things get wobbly, right? And so, yeah, so those are the baby orientations, those are the baby needs. And I'm going to do a couple more videos that I will link to here around parent responses and a set of affirmations from each of the mothers that kind of helps us orient back toward this tending to the infant. Thanks.